If there's one thing about the NBA offseason, it's that I am extremely bored every single day. I miss waking up, looking at the schedule, seeing what games are going to happen today, all the different storylines, the standings. The NBA season, I need it to come back now. But with all this free time and I guess boredom while I wait for the season to come back, one of my favorite things to do is go online and look up the most random, obscure, and never talked about NBA facts. We're talking about crazy shit like how Chris Webber won the 2002 MVP award. Obviously, what I just said right there is straight misinformation, but that feeling of like, wait, there's no way that that's real. You get that with all of these NBA facts, so I'm gonna go over them, share with you guys some of my favorites, and in exchange, all I ask is that you guys maybe hit the like and subscribe button below if you do enjoy the video, and comment down below some of your guys' crazy NBA facts, whether it's about your favorite team, your favorite player, or the league as, you know, a whole. I love to hear them, and maybe I'll put you in another video if I do a part 2 of this. Okay, I'll stop yapping. Let's just get right into it. Starting off with the Sacramento Kings have more recently won a playoff series than the Charlotte Hornets. Listen, I know what you guys are thinking. Of course, he's going to start off the video talking about the Kings and trying to make them look good. This is an absolute poverty battle. We're talking two of the worst teams in NBA history going head to head here. But I'm not going to lie, this one actually shocked me because obviously when it comes to the Sacramento Kings, the only time that felt successful for the team was the early 2000s. Like I said, we had the Chris Webber, the Peja, you know, the rigged 2002 Western Conference Finals series. Once again, heavy emphasis on the rigged part of that. And so my mind automatically goes to like, all right, the last time the Kings were really in the playoffs or really were competitive was the early 2000s. Whereas the Charlotte Hornets, obviously they've only had like 3 playoff appearances in the last 20 years. I don't know, maybe because it's the Eastern Conference, I just feel like they are more likely to make it at least to the second round. And then not to mention in more recent time where they have like LaMelo, unfortunately he hasn't been fully healthy. And just all these scenarios, obviously their closest win was back in 2015-2016 where they lost 3-4 to the Miami Heat. But unfortunately it's not all sunshine and rainbows for the Sacramento Kings because the other kind of part to this fact is that the Seattle Supersonics have won a series more recent than the Sacramento Kings. So you know what, Hornets fans, we're in the same boat, man. We both suck ass. It's actually insane to me that Seattle has lost their team, possibly might get them back in the next couple of years, and throughout that entire time where they don't have an NBA team, the Hornets and Kings haven't made any progression in the postseason. That is just fucking sad, bro. I don't like that one. One of the other facts I found was Wilt Chamberlain never fouled out of an NBA game despite averaging 46 minutes per game in his career. I have 2 different opinions on this. The first one is like, okay, yeah, that is absolutely insane, especially, you know, back then being a center, you're in the paint, you're blocking people, whatever. And also, like it says in this, 46 minutes a game. You are playing every single minute, if not more, and you never fouled out of a game. That is crazy. I want to respect that. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie, I'm pulling kind of a Tyler Hero here. Did these games really fucking exist? Like, how much were the officials really trying, right? I'm sure the officials were more worried about going back to their actual job after the game than they were calling the fouls on Wilt Chamberlain. But at the same time, if you take me and put me as an official back in the day for those games, Wilt Chamberlain is a 7'1" athletic freak of nature. The last thing I'm doing is calling a foul on him at the small chance I'm gonna piss him off, he's gonna charge me and kill me. The dude could flick my shoulder and I would be flung across the arena and splat out into a million pieces. So you know what? I'll give him half the credit for this. The other half is just like, hey, this is old NBA. Who knows what shit they were doing back then? This next one is probably the reason why you guys clicked on this video and is still just one of the crazier things to think about in the entire NBA. And that is the fact that Magic Johnson technically won 10 championships. Let me just break this one down really quick. Obviously, you have the 5 rings that Magic won as a player, right? He was out on the court. He was playing in those games. 5 championships, crazy career. But then you remember, back in 1981, when the LA Lakers gave Magic Johnson a $25 million 25-year contract. This shit would never fly in today's NBA. I don't care how much money it is. A 25-year deal is fucking ridiculous. So if you take the 5 championships that Magic won as a player, those count, whatever, but then Magic's contract would go up until 2009, or technically the 2009-2010 season, which in that span from when Magic stopped actually going on the court as a player to when his contract ended, they won another 5 championships. Now, whether or not you want to actually count the 5 rings is completely up to you, but to me, he was on the cap sheet, he was on the team salary, like he was getting paid all of those years. The only thing he wasn't doing was suiting up and going to games or going to the practices or whatever, which, let's be honest here, there are a fair share of NBA players that have won championships not doing shit for the team. So you know what? Magic Johnson to me has 10 championships, and it's mind-blowing to say that. Speaking about the 80s, this one was kind of crazy about the Indiana Pacers. As we all know, the Pacers selected Benedict Mathurin with the 6th overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft. I had no clue that was their first single-digit draft pick since they drafted George McCloud in 1989. This was actually one of the ones that I had to like look up 5 times and just double check, triple check, make sure everything was right. They did have one pick that they ended up trading to the Wizards or something like that. So if you count that, it's up to you. But actual players that they have drafted and had, you know, signed to their team and kept, this fact is actually true. It is a fact. Absolutely mind-blowing. I thought the Sacramento Kings had like shitty draft history or like didn't really get lucky in the lottery. The Indiana Pacers, it's really been a mixture though of like being a good team, being somewhat mid, like not fully embracing a tank, and then also like while tanking, they just didn't get lucky enough to get a good pick. It's a boatload of things, but at the same time, let me just say really quick, Indiana Pacers fans, shout out to you guys, because to not have a single-digit pick since 1989 and still have like multiple eras where you might win a championship is fucking crazy. Like that shows the team can properly build. Like they have a good culture there. Absolutely insane to see. The Sacramento Kings could never do this even if their life depended on it. So yes, I am very jealous for the Indiana Pacers there. These past couple of years, we've been hearing so much from NBA, I don't even know if they're fans, I'd say they're haters to be honest, where everybody says, oh my god, there are just so many free throws in today's game. It is just always at the free throw line. It's not the good basketball. It's not the basketball we used to get back in the 90s. Well, what if I told you this last season, the 2024-2025 season, and also the 2023-2024 season has been tied for the least amount of free throw attempts in a single season. If you look at the per game averages and you sort by free throw attempts, you will see that along with the 2017-2018 season, they have had the lowest free throw attempts as a league. I mean, this one blew my mind because it does feel like everybody is so negative towards just the league in general, how there's always just fouls and it's so slow and it goes to the free throw line. When if you look at the actual stats, it is quite literally the opposite. Really insane stuff. I wanted to make an entire video talking about like nostalgia and the old NBA compared to now, because we're in this like moment in time right now where everybody obviously just looks back and says, man, that was the golden ages, when in reality we are in one of the best eras of NBA basketball ever in the entire league history. And unfortunately, we have to wait until the time passes to be able to look back at this time and say, man, what a good time that was. And I just feel like that's complete bullshit. But either way, lowest free throw attempts in a season. I'm excited to see where next season lands in this list. And the last couple facts I have for you guys is just like a quick little speed run. I just want to get these ones out. Michael Jordan was teammates with the Iceman George Gervin. Kevin Garnett played against Magic Johnson. Tim Duncan played against Michael Jordan when he was on the Bulls. And of course, LeBron has like a million different versions of this stat where he played with like old players and new players, father-son duos, all sorts of crazy stuff. There are so many of like those stats, but it is kind of crazy to see like, you know, what will Anthony Edwards play till he's 40 and we'll be like, oh my god, he played when Vince Carter was around and when Joe Schmo was playing. I don't know. This league is always crazy. There's always so many facts and things that, you know, I don't know and you guys maybe don't know. So hey, if you guys do have any fun NBA facts, drop them down in the comments below. I read and respond to everybody. And like I said at the start of this video, you could be featured in part 2 if you guys do enjoy this video. And once again, while you're down there, if you want to hit the like and subscribe button, that would help out the channel a ton. We are currently on pace to beat the Washington Wizards in subscriber count. I'm telling you guys right now, man, the Wizards have been talking shit. We gotta whoop their ass, so hit that subscribe button. Like I said, it does help out the channel a ton. And that being said, I will see you guys all in the next one. Later.